For those of you that are doubting, can I do it? Spirit came through almost like a cheerleader, encouraging you to create a stretch goal, to put yourself out there, to raise the bar. And I think we're so used to preparing for worst case scenarios, or we often receive such high criticism that we are afraid sometimes to just put ourselves out there. But indeed, August is a great month to grow, to challenge yourself, and to really make a splash. So as I take a look at the cards here, I'll try to identify any pressure points or any great opportunities that avail themselves. And in the meantime, I'm Nicholas Ashbaugh. This is for Taurus in the month of August. Thank you for being patient. I just recently relocated. I'm still in a temporary space, but I do appreciate your flexibility as I am getting settled here. All right, with that being said, let's give the cards a shuffle and we'll see what's in store for you. All right, let's get started with the energy of the past, which is quite good. We have the Page of Pentacles coming through, which is why Spirit is so invested in you. It sees the potential. What's important this month is that you see it as well and that you communicate from a place of value and worth. Because with that Page of Pentacles, if you believe in yourself, if you're passionate, people want to connect. This is also about speaking up. So if you are seeing something that you want, if you see something that needs to be done, or if you see an issue, you can actually help facilitate some action there. Stick to the facts though. This is a very fact-oriented card. Anytime we're dealing with pentacles, it's facts, it's figures, it's numbers. So if you can get that behind your request, you have a greater chance of accomplishing what you're looking for. Ultimately, this is one of the best cards you can pull for basically what you've been working on, because it shows me hard work, diligence, and also a seed of intention that is ready to grow. So let's take a look and see what the energy for right here, right now is, and it's amazing. The Emperor card, as we see illustrated here, is really just about not only owning it, but mapping out the next steps. It's all about strategy. So we're taking this, we're communicating value, worth, bringing it to the next level, and finding some support, stepping out of the trenches and into a leadership role if you're ready. The Emperor also comes through when you may be put to the test when it comes to what you want and what you think. People could simply be asking, are you sure? Or what do you want to do? And if you're not normally the kind of person that finds themselves in the driver's seat or is making the decisions, this is a time to lean into that. It's going to present you as more of a leader, your voice and your vision can get out there, and gosh, you can accomplish so much. I really feel like, Taurus, this is your month. You can make a splash, you can make a difference, but you have to see it, you have to believe it, and you have to lead the charge for that. People will follow you, but you have to be the one that says, I want this, I believe in this, let's do this. And sometimes that can be a little hard, especially if you're shy, but so much opportunity for growth. Don't be afraid if someone asks you a question like, why are you doing this? Or have you done all the research? Because you're watching this in enough time to know that you need to do it. You can say, yes, I've decided to do it because of X, Y, or Z, and basically state your intention and your point. And then what we see here in the near future is a chance to take a leap of faith. I love the Fool, and I love that this one is at a bus station. So here's a question from Spirit as we're looking towards the next couple of months. What is it in your life right now that could be causing hesitation or doubt? If it's there, it really doesn't need to be there. And I had a great sort of coach once that reminded me that we only get so many connecting flights to make something happen. And then you never know when that next one is coming through. And I feel like for you, you have this cosmic alignment for something great to happen, but you've got to step into the bus depot or the airplane and make it happen. Take a leap of faith. That's something that I just did. As you know, I'm in a different country as we speak. So I would encourage you to be bold, to trust yourself. And if you have to take one step back first just to get a lay of the land and understand what's going on, by all means do that. But from what I see here, you've set the stage, you're positioned to make something happen, and the only thing that might hold you back is hesitation, so let's not hesitate. Why don't I pull a clarifying card for the Fool here and see if there's anything that you need to know or need to do to avoid that unnecessary step or delay here that we see. Ten of Pentacles. So I love that this is illustrated with like a grandmother. For many of you, there may be someone in your life, old-fashioned, traditional, They just want the best for you. But they also might have a hard time seeing this change, this growth, this step that you want to take. Know this, you are set up for success, and we have to do different things than grandparents, parents, sisters, etc. That's what makes us, right? It's what makes you, you. So basically focus on what you need to do and allow family to meet you halfway or eventually just meet you where you're at. This is really encouraging you to seek out unconditional love. And when people put the constraint, like, I won't love you if you do this or choose this or marry this person or take that job, that is more an indication of their own fear that they're projecting in your energy field, their own sort of hang-ups, maybe even their own jealousy. And it really doesn't have a seat at your table this month. There's too much beautiful, fruitful energy that wants to present itself. So I would encourage you to lean into that. By the way, Ten of Pentacles is great for marriage, for business, for financial growth, and for launching something. So suffice it to say, you're the second sign that I've done this month, but you're the strongest so far. Keep up the good work. I like what I see here. I always like to throw in a catalyst card. This is going to help you work your magic. So what is it that you can put your energy into to create that sort of burst or growth that we're looking for, and kind of continue this momentum that you've set up for yourself? Congrats, by the way. And if you're feeling stuck, by the way, this one can also get you unstuck. So let's see. All right. In that case, I think this is going to help a lot of you. Don't spin your wheels on things that aren't worth it. We have the Five of Wands. A traditional Five of Wands shows conflict, lack of leadership, a lot of sort of like duplicative work. What I like about this one is we see teamwork. So it's the antithesis of that, which is teamwork, collaboration, and communication. Together you can make magic happen. You might have to step into the leadership role. That's the next progression after the Five of Wands. And that's why, my friends, you have been set up with the Emperor card. So you're already a leader, but you just have to step into it. And sometimes you have to step away from people, activities, environments that push against you. And again, this is your time to really rise up, okay? I'd like to expand this forecast now to look at the areas of health, wealth, love, and destiny. We're going to start off with health first, which is your mind, body, and spirit. So let's go ahead and give the cards a shuffle, and we'll see what Spirit has to say. All right, in the area of health, we have the Six of Swords. It's time to move out, to move on, and also to just move your body. This is one of the most active cards. And in the traditional illustration, you would see both a passenger and a sort of navigator. The question here from Spirit is, are you taking the initiative or are you waiting to be told what to do? For those of you that feel like something's going on in your body, but your doctor hasn't said anything, speak up. If you don't like the sort of feedback that you're getting from the doctor, go to someone else. Find someone that will listen to you, because you deserve to be the one that's co-navigating or navigating this part of your life in particular. You might also be thinking of doing what I did, which is change your living situation, whether it's small and just moving down the block, or like me, moving to a different space altogether, different country. You can do that. You might need to move on from a job, from a relationship. It feels like something has played its sort of like larger role, and it's time to set course on something new. So give yourself a chance to explore, to travel, and to see what might come of that. The Six of Swords is also about setting things into motion. So if there's something that you've been sitting on for a while, it's time to push send, it's time to put it in the right direction. And again, with the energy of health, it's interesting because if you've been stuck like a little bit in the same place at the same time, just changing up your environment can change your perspective. It can give you a new outlook on life, and it can really help you focus on something new, something different, and bring into motion some of what we were seeing here with this Page of Cups, and it'll kind of allow you to step into something much bigger than what it is that you're focusing on right now. Let me see if there's anything else. I do like the teamwork element on this one. You don't have to do this alone, and you don't want to carry too much of a burden, too much stuff with you. This is a great time to eliminate clutter and waste and things of that nature. All right, why don't we go ahead and move on to wealth, which is your resources, your life purpose, and your career. You received the King of Wands. For those of you that aren't always comfortable in public speaking situations, this card says, show it, don't tell it. That means prototyping, demonstrating, illustrating, just pointing to a real life example. All of these things are going to help you basically get further, farther, faster when it comes to wealth. So this is a good time if you're not really, comfortable doing that either. You can work with an illustrator or a partner, because as we saw with the Six of Swords, you don't have to do this alone. So let's show whatever it is that you're excited about, including just your general passion about a project. That is going to be one of the magnetic and sort of significant shifting energies that you can bring forth this month. And even if you're not comfortable, people want to sort of see you step up to the plate. So this is a great time for all of that. The King of Wands is also inventive, intuitive, and imaginative. So one of the things that this is inviting you to do is to think beyond. Back to the channeled message, to think beyond what you were told you could do or what you were taught you could do, because the sky is basically the limit with this. Now, there could also be a gatekeeper. So when we're looking at those of you in a job or even at school and you're trying to get something done, you might have to work with that gatekeeper. The thing that I'm seeing with them is they're a little passive. And so you might have to try a couple of attempts or do something that gets their attention in a way that they're not used to. So again, thinking outside of the box is really important this month. For those of you that are job seeking, you really want to make sure that your approach differentiates yourself from all of the other voices and all of the other resumes in the crowd. This is also fiercely entrepreneurial. So if you would like to step into something and create it yourself, King of Wands is absolutely there for all of the independent content creators, the people that own their own businesses, or just someone that wants to try something different. Stay organized, stay on top of things. This card is showing that as long as you continue doing that and map things out, you've got what it takes this month. I feel pretty good about it no matter how you slice it. So let's go ahead and move on from wealth to love and relationships and see what's coming forth. Nine of Pentacles, slow, steady work and development. We'll go a little deeper into this category in just a moment, but with the Nine of Pentacles, normally there's a snail on this card, and it's reminding you that it takes time. It takes time to really get to know someone, get to trust someone, to build a relationship that has the capacity to last, and we don't want to rush that. This is also a card where someone is basically receiving the fruits of their labor. So that hard work that you've put into a relationship is ostensibly and eventually will pay off, but you just have to give it time and give it space. Because there's only 3 subcategories in this, I like to go a little bit deeper into those that are already in a relationship. So if you're partnered, we'll start with this and then we'll look at the other 2 categories. So if you're already in a relationship, the Sun is coming through, which on many decks actually features lovers. It's a good card. So chemistry, love, joy, make some time to be with your partner. If you just had a child, this card also is perfectly aligned to that, but it's also showing that the focus shifts from the 2 of you to the child. And if you have a child of any age this month, they just may be taking center stage. So of course, prioritize them, but don't forget about each other too. It's a balancing act, a juggling act really, and I do believe that you can make it work. This is also just about the playful, joyful, irreverent side that we don't always let out, except with the people that we love the most. So take down the mask, take down the barriers, have some fun, and embrace the childlike energy in the Sun card, okay? Pretty good for those of you that are currently in a relationship. If you are single and looking, let's see what's coming forth for you. For single and looking, it's a bit of a paradigm shift. We have the 5 of Cups in the reverse position. Some of you are kind of on a rebound, trying to figure out, can I do it? Am I ready? And it feels like almost is what I would say with the 5 of Cups reversed. There's a little bit of residual resentment, healing, pain that needs to be dealt with. So get that sort of sorted out first. Now, for those of you that are okay, what I'm seeing right now is this feeling of frustration for other aspects of your life. Why is this taking so long? Why am I not where I need to be? And there might also be some difficulty at work or in parts of your family where that's taking your attention away from that. Wherever the healing needs to be, just let it be this period of time. Because love is waiting for you. It's in the wings here. You can actually see the 2 cups right on the sidelines. But what's required is perspective shift. I'm ready for something better. I'm not going to beat myself up over time that I spent spinning my wheels in this or spending time in this relationship, because you know what? Everything brings you close to where you're supposed to be. Have faith that you're aligned to that path and know that things are just about ready to get better. Normally there's a bridge in this card too, so the person that you might be looking for may be dealing with their own stuff. Let them sort it out too. Trust in the cosmic timing and just focus on personal healing in this moment in time. For those of you that are single and happy, let's see what Spirit has to say. Seven of Wands, a great time to set even more into motion if you'd like to. This is a card where oftentimes you've just gotten through something successful and people want to spend more time, energy, or money on you or with you, and you have to be discerning. Say no if you feel like saying no, delegate, and also be very picky in how you spend your time and energy. There may also be a lot of critics because of the attention that you could be receiving on something. Even if you're not receiving a lot of attention, there could be someone who just thinks that they know everything. Don't go on the defensive. Don't immediately integrate all of their feedback either. Just consider it. Step back, sit with it, sleep on it, and then see if you feel the same way tomorrow. And that's what she's doing here. She's saying, enough, or I'll take it under consideration, but she's not letting someone get under her skin. I think that could be the single best piece of advice, not just for you, but for everybody this month when it comes to relationships. Have a thicker skin and focus on doing what you need to do. All right, now let's take a look at the Destiny card and see what the overarching theme is, where you're headed, and if you feel like you're aligned. We have the Queen of Wands making an appearance here. And I love this, but she is in the reverse position. So one thing that this card is reminding you is that you have, like I said at the beginning, more of a capacity and an ability to overcome an obstacle than you might give yourself credit for. This also is a boss card. So you got the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Emperor. All leadership, all imaginative, all very, very powerful cards. This is the first one that's showing a little bit of doubt with the reversal. Can also be a person in your life, by the way, that wags their finger and says, my way or the highway, or I want you to do this, or why aren't you doing that? So we looked at that Six of Swords earlier, and I asked if you're the one that's the passenger or the driver. The Queen of Wands is asking the same thing. Are you the one that is creating the script, the story, or the ending, or are you allowing someone else to do it? I honestly think that's the big takeaway this month is this is your story. This is your voice. You get to choose. Choose your own adventure, if you will. I'd like to do a breakthrough card before we go into the final card because I did it for Aries and I feel like it could be really insightful for you. So if you're looking for some sort of a breakthrough in any aspect of this expanded forecast, let's see what it's going to take for you to get that. And then we'll take a look at your final card. So we have the Two of Swords here, and that second sword is right under her throat. You may not see it, but if you ask a question, if you speak what you want to someone else, like speak it into existence, it can happen. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it isn't possible. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it is something that's out of your reach. It just means it's not there right now. And so there's always a chance to materialize, to create, to dig a little bit deeper. Ask questions, use your voice, and you have a chance to make it happen. Let's go ahead now and look at one final card before we wrap up. Go ahead and meditate and see if there's something else that you need assistance with. We'll give Spirit a chance to convey the message here. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and I'm going to shuffle the cards. All right, we have a wonderful card to wrap up the reading here with the Four of Wands. If you asked a yes or a no question, this is an emphatic yes, but it also carries with it some advice. It's better when you do this with other people. Partnership, friendship, alliances, all of that is contained within this card. For those of you looking for a deeper connection with someone, the Four of Wands is showing that that's en route. We don't always see the people in the foreground like we do here, so have patience, set the stage, allow for that higher partnership or that better person to come forth, and know that you're very, very close to what you're trying to accomplish. I also do see something worth celebrating here, even though this would normally be more, like I said, of a partnership or a connection card. So hold faith and stay focused and keep that high bar of excellence there, both for yourself and for others. This can also come through for jobs, internships, fellowships, or opportunities where someone looks at you and identifies like the perfect candidate. They think, that's who I was looking for. So ultimately, very good card. And across the board, I loved what I saw for you. I think the only challenges could be overthinking things a little bit, as we were looking here at the Queen of Wands reversed. Possibly spinning your wheels in a project or activity that isn't worth it. Maybe having some family kind of get in the way of you taking that step where you needed to be, but the rest of the cards were powerful. You just want to not let some of that stuff get in the way. And that, my friends, is everything for today. My name, like I said, is Nicholas Ashbaugh. If you enjoyed this reading, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. It lets me know that you enjoyed this, and it makes my day. So thank you in advance. If you'd like to show some support elsewhere, you can also give back through PayPal. Here's the address here. You can get more information about that and my social media on my website. It's my full name, Nicholas Ashbaugh, on all major platforms. You can also give back with a sticker as you leave a comment here, and you can become a channel member as well. All of these things help out. And finally, if you want to book a private reading, here's a link. You can go to my website and schedule some time to talk to me about whatever's on your mind. And that, my friends, is everything for this month. Let's pull Apollo up for a quick hello, because I'm wrapping up for today. Hey, buddy, you want to say hi to everyone? Here we go. He's just sleeping right behind me. There's Apollo. Thanks, everyone, for your time, your patience, and again, for giving me a little bit of extra time to get these readings out. It's good to see all of you. Have a great month ahead, and I'll see you soon.